Hi guys, I will do today a short video about rumors of a second wave of coronavirus. You see, I think last week Israel completely shut down this country, like they did, like the similar situations like some European countries during the first wave did. So for them, it's the second wave, and they shut down a lot of industries, communication between people, face to face. There's a whole bunch of stuff they did. And the second country, which is kind of uh, getting their restriction up, it's Austria in Central Europe, which is in a way a hub of kind of people when they arrive in Europe, they can kind of spread all over. So it's looks like they're taking really serious possibility of second wave with um, with the cold that's coming. So the situation here is what I would do, and I will tell you really fast what I did during the first coronavirus shutdown, because I worked for a company and I had a lot of contacts with people, and I don't know, did I go through it without knowing that I was sick or not? I have no idea. I haven't tested at all. And what I did as a routine, uh, first I uh, try to see. I had years ago. I had a herbal pharmacy, and I'm trained herbalist on some things, and specifically to sell. But I'm not going to sell anything to you now. But what I'm going to say is that I have a simple knowledge of medicinal herbs for myself, for my family, or for my mother, or the other part of my family that lives in Salt Lake City. So um, the situation is this: you have to. Nobody will save you except you yourself. You know what I mean? And the only thing you have to do is to take these preventive measures. I do believe of coronavirus. I'm not subscribing ideas and so on about possible conspiracies. Maybe they are there, but the fact is that there is people who are dying from coronavirus. There are people who get sick from coronavirus. For instance, if you take even Salt Lake City, for instance, they never thought they would have something like this, but they had one day since yesterday. They had about 1,000 cases. Plus, there is over several days. For instance, Navajo reservation, they had 700 cases. In their closed community, they closed Navajo land completely from everywhere, and yet they're still getting sick. Okay, so my point here is really simple. It's a serious thing, and so what I would do for myself, this is what I do. Okay, maybe it's a good thing because I'm talking about what I will do first. It's a good thing for in general for life. The drop the amount of food intake. There's It's proven that if you drop amount of food, you will release in a way your own energy to help the body fight something else. Okay, and it's still possible when you try to do more nutritional food. Okay, this is what one of the first that I will do. Then I have interesting situation when I deal with is when what to do when you deal with people. The if you're essential worker, and those essential workers, they do great job, and one of those anyway. And the thing is that you, as I said, you have constantly in contact. So the whatever the government said, yes, that it should be separate, you wear a mask, whatever. But there's another thing. Uh, I read a lot of stuff which is outside of the United States, medicinal things. I had, I read Russian, for instance. When I read Russians, and I read, they have published a lot of stuff regarding coronavirus in Russia that So what it's interesting with them is they keep really good record in health stuff. So it's one of those things that it's come up twice in Russian press was about the coronavirus lives in the throat for a while, and people, some people who are sick, actually, before they get sick, they have this in the stomach and intestines. You know, it means that coronavirus goes earlier and before person even realizes. That's why what I do, I don't bring food to work. I try to avoid eating during work hours. Um, and this is fast insert. I try to avoid bringing food in the areas where I work, but it's not always possible. So, uh, not to have food because sometimes you're really hungry actually in the end when, in the morning when you don't eat the previous day properly or something like this just simply happens. So, anything I buy, for instance, in the cafeterias, which I try to avoid actually, I bring, if I have to bring actually something, I will bring something of my own. And if I have to buy something, if I oversleep, don't have anything in the morning, it's automatically after it's being paid and taken, it's go to the microwave. It's one of those must-do stuff that I do without even thinking about it. And I would like to add one more thing that because of the Russian reports of a bacteria, I mean, not bacteria, of the virus found in the intestines, I would avoid public restaurants in general, period. Other form of sanitization while you work is nothing else. That's what I use. It's simple black tea with lemon, and sometimes in really hot tea with lemon and either with ginger. But ginger sometimes some people get heartburn from ginger in the tea, and the just simple natural honey or organic sugar helps. Okay, this is has very specific reason. It's not just kills your appetite during the day, but what it does is it's hot, but not scalding hot that you can burn out the throat. But what it is the virus supposedly dies somewhere at specific temperature. That tea is usually hotter than this temperature. Okay, you don't drink iced tea; you drink hot tea. And as I said, I usually bring one large thermos or two small ones. It lasts me 8 hours. So then, what is what's happening as a next step when you go to come from work? This is what I was doing. I was simply remove my clothes. I have a uniform and a specific place that I put this uniform, and I will go take a shower. But there's another thing. I take my glasses and I put them under running hot water because you work, you touch very often. You touch your glasses. You very often you touch your head, and sometimes touch mustache, even though there is a mask. Yeah. So when you sanitize through this, this is what I was doing next. I would simply go and have a shot of vodka. Sounds funny, Russian soft drink. Well, actually, I'm not Russian, but I have Russian ancestry. But it's kind of a goes to jokes. But actually, it's really interesting because, as I said, uh, there are rumors again that part of the reasons that the vodka helps, so like Bulgarian rakia, for instance, it's a distillate, or Serbian rakia. There's a couple in a few countries in Europe, Southern Europe, that have proven that they have less numbers of uh, coronavirus cases. And even though people joke that, so practically it's in a way kind of a promotion of alcohol, but I'm not promoting a specific brand. I'm saying that the alcohol does help sometimes. Okay? And this is it pretty much. Sounds strange, for some people funny, and maybe, but this is what it is.